Hey, welcome back to another episode of Johnscryptotherapy. On today's episode, I just wanted to give you guys a little treat. We're going to do some Elliott wave, but more or less, we're going to look at structure and see how it's giving us clues for the future price. I know a lot of people are kind of hesitant about price, kind of mixed feelings about Ecomi, and it's totally fine, guys. This is the market. The market's supposed to do what it needs to do in order for us to find great trades, okay? So let's really take a deep dive and see the bigger picture. So right here, we do have this beautiful structure. So right here, this is resistance coming back down, finding that equilibrium of support. This is the great support that we always talked about, 0.0050. I've already listed that this is one of the greatest structures that Ecomi has till date. So when the bear cycle does happen and we're selling all of our OMI tokens, I'm going to try to put some buy orders around this level just so I can pick up some in case it does not come this low. So it might be a quick wick. So that's just a reminder for you guys to just see in the future price. Okay, so now we do have momentum. We do have bullish momentum. We see price going up. So right here, it was resistance, broke to the upside, comes back down, finds support. Support becomes beautiful strength to the upside, and we have that beautiful move to the upside. Okay, so that's why it's really cool. If you guys really like just strict technicals, this is the way to go. You guys can draw a channel like this. Whenever you see the breakout occur and you see it happening, that's the entry for you to get into that trade to the bias of the buy side. Okay, so there's a lot of ways of doing this. If you guys really are just into that, this is also a double top giving me confirmation that price will eventually go down. So the next level that we're looking to maybe buy more OMI tokens and have that comfort in that level of support, this is going to be that level of 0.0062. So that is going to be a good level for you to buy some OMI tokens, especially if you are looking for the cheaper round. And this is a great level if you're really looking at it. Okay, so when would you really be bullish in a sense? A lot of people say, hey, look, we need to see a break of structure. Absolutely. This is what I always try to teach a lot of my students. If we do not break structure and the candle does not close above this zone and it closes below, we have another round of price going back down. So if price doesn't close above, this is what's going to happen. If price does close above structure, we have a better chance of seeing some wick rejections to the downside right here in this zone. And then guess what? We're going to see price going back up. That's just a long-term projection of how price typically acts. Okay, so that is just another way of looking at it. This is such a cool way. We do have a flag formation as well. You guys can see that the flag formation did occur. So I'm gonna go into this parallel channel. We'll show you how it looks. So let's go like this. This is the flag formation. So you guys can see this is the flag formation. The pole, you can see it's right here. And you can use that pole as your take profit for the future price. So for the future price, let's do this like this. Let's put some horizontal lines. So we're roughly looking at a penny. I would say sell before the penny just to be safe, but we're looking at a penny for that take profit of the flag formation. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I want to bring that to a later on information that's going to really strike you. And this is why having multiple answers, multiple ways of finding the same location to give you better accuracy in your trading. So that's why it's always important to understand if you are trading and you want to be a trader, have more than one confluence on price action to give you the same zone. If it gives you the same zone, you're basically looking at it a different eye of a lot of traders that are doing the same thing you are. So let's get right into the Elliott wave practice. So I'm going to give you guys some key instruments or key ideas on what the Elliott wave needs to have in order for it to be a successful Elliott wave. So let's go into the patterns right here. We're going to go from the bottom because I want to give you guys the bigger projection, the bigger truth of where price is going to go. So right here, I'm going to see the 0 to 1 to 2. So that's going to be that wave. So can I put this as my wave 3? Absolutely not, because we do see price coming back down, wick rejections. Just to be safe, there is situations that you could trade it like that. But just to be on the safe side, let's look at the bigger long-term vision. So this is going to be my wave 3. This is wave 4. And now we're trying to find where wave 5 is going to be. See, how this plays out kind of makes sense because right now we're in a good state. We're indecision in a sense that market went down. We finally got Disney. We have some really good properties to propel us to the all-time highs or all-time pennies. So if that's the case, we're going to eventually see price going back up. So that is not no coincidence that we're going to see price go back up, but it's just a matter of time. Okay, so that's the key that you need to understand. This is a long-term hold, but even if you hold it for long term or not, the price action is going to show you that we are going to see that penny mark very, very soon. Okay, so even if it takes a little longer than normal, we are absolutely going to see that penny mark. So if you are looking to sell, there's no real reason to sell now if you're trying to get some profits. But if you bought at the very bottom, sure, selling now is a great little profit. But if you're really looking for that real good sell, that's going to be at the fifth wave. Okay, so I'm going to show you the principles behind this and why it's important to understand that this could be the wave structure. All right, so this is going to be a little treat. The way to do this, there's many ways of doing it. You can use the Fib retracement as well. I like using that. But today we're going to use the channel formation, just the parallel channels. And also I am going to give you a little treat and do some Fib numbers to give you a correlation on why the price does what it does. So right here, we're going to go from the bottom right here. We're going to go to the second move. So if you guys can see that, we're going to bring it all the way back to the top of the first move. So why this is important is because this zone is going to identify to us if the third wave happened. And right now you guys can see something magical that really did happen. We did have a break of structure. This break of structure was really important because if we did not get this break of structure, then we might need to be a little bit worried because we wanted to make sure that this channel was broken, because the volume that number 1 and 2 were giving us should give us ideas that number 3 should actually break the channel to give us confirmation that, the uptrend to the third wave did occur. All right, so that was pretty cool. So now we understood that the third wave in this section of this Elliott wave did occur. So that's kind of cool. That's really giving us confirmation that, okay, the third wave actually happened. Now, the real truth that I brought this up is because we're trying to identify, did the fourth wave happen? The fourth wave is very simple. We want to go to the very top right here and then bring it all the way back to the second. And then of course you want to make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see where the price can propel. So did the fourth wave really happen? So a lot of people that are into Elliott wave, they would, try to argue with you in a different way. Try to do something that makes sense, guys. Try to find a way to backtest this and see if it works for you. For the fourth wave, a lot of people that do trade Elliott wave, they would like to see a break of this channel to the downside, just to confirm, even for a little, that, the pull to the downside could be that, that change of events where we see that the fourth wave is happening. So that's why a lot of people would do that, right? They would want to wait for the fourth wave to happen. And look, it's not out of the realm that price can go down. Look, if you are trying to trade this, if you're doing just the AB formation, let's go like this, and we take that leg right here and we go like this, you can see that the AB formation already shows us 0.0053, which is absolutely possible. So right here, we do see a formation. It could be a flat or even making a triangle formation. Typically, when you see a zigzag formation already once, it would not happen again. So if you want to write that down, that's totally up to you guys. Remember, we have the first wave, the second wave is the move against the major trend, and the fourth wave is a move against the major trend. So if we have a zigzag here, we typically won't have a zigzag here, right? If we have a flat formation, we won't have a flat here. If we have a triangle, we won't have a triangle here. Because we have a zigzag here, there is a great opportunity that this can become maybe in a sense of a flat, a running flat, whatever type of flat, or even a triangle formation, a symmetrical triangle, or anything like that. So right now, price is in a stalemate. It's trying to figure out where it wants to go before price eventually goes there. So I would love to see price coming back down. If it does not come back down, I'm still looking for some orders around this level of 0.0058 for price to find some support, and then we can see a break to the upside. Also, I am going to give you a great idea where take profit 5 or wave 5 can absolutely end, and then we can see a huge splash to the downside. So a lot of people are worried, but this splash is normally 50 to even 61 or sometimes 38, but I would say roughly a 50% move. So if this is a 50% move, I would bargain and say this is really important to watch. All right, so now I'm going to give you the rules and everything that you need to know. So I put here, this is the base channel formation. So the base channel formation was the bottom. This one is the leverage to the upside. So I'm going to show you guys the base move right here. So the base is going to be exactly from the bottom right here. You're going to level 2. So the second wave, you're going to bring it all the way to wherever the first wave ends. So when you see that, you've seen that the third wave was complete. You can see price going back down for the fourth. Typically, you want to see a breakout of the other channel. That's totally fine. We did not see that. But the cool thing about this is giving us a zone. So the fourth wave can go to the middle line or even to the bottom, but it went to the middle line, found some great wick rejections of support. Then we seen price going up. This is called channeling. Channeling is such a cool way to predict where price is going, okay? So write this down. This is the cool part. So I'm gonna get to the major stuff. So for the Fibonacci retracement, you wanna see price going up and a retracement. This is what you call a retracement. The retracement of the first leg coming back down, it was 61%. That is the typical ideal percentage of what you want for the second wave for the first wave retracement. So you want the wave to go up and a 61 retracement of the first wave. So that is the most important thing. The other thing, how to find wave 3, it is pretty cool as well. Let's go like this. And let's use the fib retracement as well. Let's go from this way. And what you want to look for now is the 1.61 levels right here, 1.618 levels. This is a retracement. Remember, this is an extension of this move. So if we're looking for that level, we can say price is typically around here. Of course, price did go a little bit above. That's totally fine. This is just an average of what price would typically do around this range. So there is going to be some sell-offs here, but guess what? With manipulation, with everything going on and great news at this time, of course, price went a little bit higher, but that's totally fine. If that did not happen and it did land around this zone, we just need to understand everything is not going to be to the point. But your strategy needs to still stay the same. So make sure, guys, your strategy does stay the same and you understand the real purpose of what you are doing when you're coming to trade, okay? So that's the real crucial thing. Last but not least, we're gonna look at the retracement for the fourth wave. The fourth wave is pretty cool as well. We want to go from the bottom right here of the third wave. Let's go to the top of the third wave and you want to see a retracement of 38%. And look very carefully, guys. We have a good pocket of support roughly around that level, and where we should have some levels of major support around the 38 level. So that's pretty cool how we seen the price doing that same thing. So that is the other thing as well. Last but not least, when we're looking at the fifth wave, okay, so this is the other thing that I've always learned. I truly do enjoy this. If the third wave is a huge major wave and it takes away so much things and it doesn't give room for wave 1 or wave 5 to get a good volume, typically what this means is wave 1 and wave 5 would have the same ratio. So it would land in the same pocket. Doesn't mean it will do it all the time, but guess what? It is a good scenario that it has a great chance that it will. So because of that, we see that, 5 can land around there. So we have the flag formation going to the top. We have this formation showing us that the leg of 1 could be the retracement of leg 5, giving us formation of 0.0093, which is still not out of the books. So if that's the case, I do want to move this zone to give you a better understanding and an idea of where future price can actually reverse, okay? So that's pretty cool. Last but not least, if you really want to look for this wave, the cool thing is, just try to get the channel formation as well. And channeling is super fun and I can't wait to teach my students this because this is really a game changer, okay? So we're gonna go from 2 to 4, and from 2 to 4, we're gonna go all the way to 3. So 3 is giving me a cool answer, okay? So we could see maybe, wick rejections right here. We could see 5 landing in the midline, or we can see it going to the top. As long as it does not break this channel, we're totally fine because we want to see 5 land in the channel, but somewhat in the higher zone. So that's what channeling does. It gives you the opportunity to use this price projection to give you a great idea of where the reversal is going to happen. So let's go right here. We're going to do this one right here, the Fib Extension. So for Fib Extension, we're going to go from the whole thing. So we want to go from 1 all the way to the top of 3, come back all the way to 4. If you look at this, this is the number. Now it's giving me that wave 5 can typically land. So now if we know 0.61 is around 0.010, roughly the penny mark. Now we have 3 confirmations. Let's put this into perspective. This is how you make a trading plan. You don't make it with one take profit or one idea. You make it with multiple ideas. Look right here. We do have this one, the flagpole. Then we have the Fib extension of 61%. And then we also have this formation of 1 equaling 5 for the beginning of this move, equaling the same as this move. So that is pretty cool, guys. So everything is falling into play. What we really want to see is, the break of this structure. So what is typically the best thing to do if you're looking to just trade it to the upside and you want to get your maximum gains? Wait for a breakout of this structure until structure is formed, okay? So we can have a flat formation. So I want to explain to you guys what a flat is right here. So let's do this. A flat can go like this. It could go one like that, come to the top. So this will be like an A, B, C. And then the C will go all the way to the bottom once again. It could be an equal flat. It could be a running flat. There is flats that will make you go all the way here. This is called an expanding flat. So there is a lot of ways to do it. But guys, typically you just want to make sure the price does what you want it to do. So you want to make the best out of it, understand your rules and your guidelines, and see how it's going to form. To be safe, I want to see price contain underneath this level of support. We will see maybe a rundown. We'll see how it does. But if it does break the top of 0.0080, then we could truly see price going back up. So this is just a cool understanding, okay, guys? So remember, the first leg, we want price to go up, retrace back 61%. That's a great confirmation, okay? So for the third leg, we want to see a retracement of 38%, which we already had. For the first leg extension to find the third leg, we want to see 1.618, all right? And we were really close. We were around here. We did not reach the high-end button, but that's totally fine, right? That's how trading is. You adjust with your trading techniques and never give up on your trading ideas, okay? So once we get that, we do see price going back down. And with the channel formation, even though price is pointing around this penny mark, we have some great way to identify the channel formation is still giving us, great understanding that it is absolutely in the books. So let's do that. Once again, we go to 2, then we go to 4, then we go to 3. And once we go to 3, guys, look very carefully. Number 5 is at the top end of this channel, showing us that it is in the books. So I can't wait to see that. Also, if you are trading the base channel is going to go like this. And you want to go to the bottom of number 2, then you want to just go to this right here, the top of number 1. You see that number 3 did break out, confirming that this was a strong move to the upside. Can we see price, going a little bit lower? Sure, absolutely we can. But it is important to see that we have some great levels, great support, and eventually price is going to rotate from this level and going back up. So the final question I do get, hey, John, if we're all going to sell around this level, when is a great time to buy back at these levels? So let's put the Fib retracement to the whole top. Let's go for this 61 right here. And if you guys look at the 61 right here, and we notice that fifth wave ends right here, and 50% of this move, look at this, how cool this is. It's going to be roughly 0.0056. So this is the location in the future where I'm going to place some good buy orders in case the price does come back down. Okay, so this is the most important thing. This is a long-term vision. This is how price is going to dictate how it's going to do this. Remember, I want to wait for the breakout of this fourth wave. The fourth wave is a choppy wave because it retraced to the 38. It has great chances of going sideways. And this is where a lot of traders fail because they believe that they have to get into every position. Remember, sometimes when you don't know the trend and you don't know the move exactly or what pattern it's making, wait at the sideline. Wait until it gives you confirmation before you enter, right? If you are looking at a smaller time frame, it's going to be choppy. It's going to give you confusion and you will lose a lot of money here and there. Remember, make sure whenever you're taking a trade, your risk to reward is always on point, okay? So if it's not on point, please make sure to look at risk management before you start trading anything. Remember, this is not financial advice. This is just my advice, what I give to my students and anyone that wants to learn how to trade. Please make sure sure to not underestimate wave 4. We could see price peeling off. And also remember, if this does fall a little bit lower, that's totally fine because it's just making the ABC completion of CD as well. If it does touch the bottom channel, great confirmation for us to still look for some buy entries. Remember, this project is undervalued. I believe that. I believe this project has so much to offer, especially with all the amazing news. I'm doing my best to get all these amazing Disney drops, but let me tell you something. These drops are so crazy that I'm only able to get one out of the whole collection. But, at the end of the day, it's still fun knowing that I could do this with my nieces and nephews and even my friends and have a great time doing so. So if you guys do like this content, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Other than that, take it easy and John out. Peace.